Welcome to Tejano Time Podcast, where we celebrate the music, culture, and traditions of Tejano music. Thanks for joining us as we sit down with the biggest names in Tejano music. From legendary artists to rising stars, we will talk about their latest projects, share stories from the road, and maybe dive into history and heritage of Tejano music. So grab your favorite drink, sit back, and enjoy this episode of Tejano Time. Here's your host, Keith Leal.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us right here once again on another episode of the Tejano Time Podcast. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. All right, I've got two guests with me right now, waiting on the fourth. But hey, check this out. We're gonna make this happen tonight. All right. So we had some few technical difficulties, but I would like to welcome my co-host back to the show. I'm not sure what is going on there, but hey, he's here. Hey, Tony, what's happening, man?
Oh, I don't know. I sent you a couple of screenshots. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's dark in here. Let me turn on the light.
Yeah, for sure. No problem. Just, get your thing going, buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce this next guest that we have right now as well, right here to the stage. I'm gonna bring her on here. We would like to welcome. She's on the show for the very first time here on the Tejano Time Podcast. We're talking about Belen Ruby. Okay, it's a great artist. Great mariachi singer. She's got a wonderful voice. She's never been on the show, but she's going to be on for the first time tonight to share a single that she has out that she collabed with Mr. Rene de la Cerda, who has yet to log in. So hopefully he'll be able to make the show here in just a bit. I know he was on the road, so he's out there trying to make it to a safe destination so he can be able to log in, at least just to come in to say hello to everybody. But Belen, appreciate you taking the time to join us here on the show. Welcome to the Tejano Time Podcast.
Hola, Keith. How you doing? Thank you so much for having me here, and I'm so excited to talk to you about all kind of good stuff happening.
Yes. There's a lot happening. So, let's see here. Let me just double check right here. Yeah. So, he's not able to log in. So we're trying to figure that out. Right. Hey, there he is. There's Tony.
There he is.
Hello. A little light.
Hola, right? Nice to meet you, Belen Ruby. Mucho gusto.
Yeah, mucho gusto también.
He's out of West Texas, or Lubbock.
Oh, Lubbock. All right.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. How's the weather out there, you guys?
Right
Over
now,
here.
it's nice. It was here in Lubbock. I think we reached 70 today.
Wow.
Well, at least here in Houston today, it's been great. No tornadoes, so that's a good thing. I know we had 7 or 8 yesterday touchdown, a couple over there the day after Christmas.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a party out here with those. So I'm not sure what the heck's going on with the weather, but it's not normal for us to get those. But you know how things are changing. So
sorry to hear
look
that.
out for that. Yeah. So we got let's see here. I guess I'm trying to figure out here. Yeah, live stream. He's trying to log in to Rene right now, so we're trying to get him on.
So is everybody having trouble? Is that what's going on?
No, he's actually on the road right now. So
okay.
Yeah, he's on the road, so we're trying to get him to log in as well. But como quiera, he'll hopefully he can get there. I sent him the link already. Maybe throughout in a few more minutes, Tony, if we get to play the video and whatnot, we'll get an opportunity to resend him that link again. I got it, and we'll send it out to him to see if he can log in there. I think he's just having issues doing it through the phone. So, but anyway, that's there. Well, let's get started. Another episode. Oh, first of all, did you guys have a great Christmas?
Oh, we sure did. Well, I know I did with familia and everything,
Yeah. Well, Santa brought some tornadoes to Houston.
With
so
the
some of
little
us did, some of us did not,
chiquilinos.
so.
Monday?
I said we had Santa brought some tornadoes here to the Houston area right after Christmas and whatnot. So I mean we're great. We're fine where we're at in our location, but it was widespread yesterday as well. But so a big shout out to everybody out there that is tuned in to and our heart goes out to the I know there was one fatality in that whole situation. Is if I'm not correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what the news has been saying since then. But yes, definitely we'll keep them in our prayers as well.
Definitely, we'll keep them on our prayers, and hopefully, Diosito will say no more for Houston.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Belen, let's get started here a little bit. So I know Tony is not too familiar with your background and whatnot, music wise. Uh, and again, so you're also new here to Tejano Time. So we definitely want to get everybody that's out there tuned in. Share the live, guys. By the way, if you're watching, Tejano Time is
Yes,
also
please share,
being
share.
yes, streamed right now on Tejano TV también. So everybody viewing on Tejano TV, thank you so much as well. Belen Ruby Rod is my artist today, and she's got some great music out right now, and a collaboration, as a matter of fact, that we'll be talking about here. We got the video también we're going to share with you guys, so stick
All
around for that.
right. You're gonna need a little botella de tequila when you see that one.
Tony's like, I
It's
got
all
one
about
right
the
here.
amor tóxico pero sabroso.
There you go, guys.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how did this collaboration come along between you and Rene? I know you guys have, known each other for some time. You said, I believe your older brother works with the
Órale, Keith,
band.
you're gonna make me go like a lobo now, like, oh, because
Yeah.
I've known Rene since, we were knee high to a grasshopper. No, no, I'm just playing. Este, no, pero we have known each other for years and years and years. We're talking about the early 90s. I'm going to take you back to the early 90s when we first met. He had an all male group called Traición, and my brother used to be his bass player in that band. So that's kind of how we met, like he was there practicing with his band and stuff. And then I joined an all girl Tejano group called Las Venenosas,
Hmm.
which we were signed on to BMG US Latin. And
Right,
our
right.
producer was Luis Silva, who also produced La Mafia. So we
Right.
had a 5 record deal in that year, and we were already touring, opening up for bands like Tropa F, Ram Herrera, 70 High Energy Culturas, acts like that, and we were traveling and stuff like that. So I think that my girls just had no idea like of how hard it was to be an
Hmm.
artist and on the road and having to. So a couple of them kind of dropped out. Oh, I changed my
You're right.
mind. I want to go to college. And another one like, oh, I'm pregnant. I'm gonna get married. Like with an all girl band, it kind of just, you know,
It
that
just
falls apart. And pretty
right.
soon, BMG said, you guys are breaching real bad on the contract. So boom. After the first CD, we were dropped, and it was uh, sad for the ones that were serious about it, like myself. I was brokenhearted, and then a couple other girls that were serious. So Celia, Sandy, and shout out to my Venenosa girls,
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you're watching. And so yeah, that's how Renee and I met. Going back to Renee and I, and when he was playing with Traición,
Hmm.
one time we were hanging out with my parents and stuff, and well, the very first mariachi I sang with was my mother's mariachi, Gloria de Mexico.
Hmm.
There's my madrecita up there. Do you see her right there?
Oh yes, yes, definitely. About to
Yeah.
yes.
She was
Nice,
Reina de
great
los
picture.
Charros, 1968, and so she made an all family mariachi, which was my aunt, uncle, cousins, brothers, and myself.
Hmm.
And we played for mariachi for years and years.
Hmm.
And one day Rene had mentioned to my mother, yo también toco trompeta, I play trumpet. And at that same time, my younger brother went off to college. And they
Hmm.
happened to be the same size of mariachi suits. So
Yeah.
my mother said, pues yo tengo un traje de mariachi that would fit you perfect. Why don't you join my mariachi? But at that time, Rene couldn't. I think he was going to school or something, and so he never did. But
Hmm.
I think in the back of his head, his family would always tell him, "You should do mariachi. You should, porque si tiene una vocerrón de mariachi. He has a
Hmm.
mariachi voice.
Yeah. Right.
He has a voice like he's related to Vicente Fernández. I'm not kidding you.
No, he yes, he
so
definitely does.
so when we teamed up, we met up like when I got back into the onda, like the Venenosas didn't last more than 2 years. So unfortunately, because of what was happening with the girls, and so I continued and I joined a Latin jazz band, which I was playing bass and singing in the Latin jazz band.
Awesome. Well, I do have Rene who was able to log in. Can you hear me, Rene?
Yes, can you guys hear me or no?
Yes, definitely can hear you. We can
¿Qué
hear you,
onda?
but we can barely see you. Do you have a lighter?
I'm in the truck right here, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get more light, but I'm in the truck right
¿Qué
now.
onda, René? ¿Me viste sacándote la garra?
I know. I hear it.
That's awesome.
All
that he was
right.
able
Thank you
to
for
join
joining us.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I said I was like, gee, wow, I forgot it was today, and I think I had told you I was gonna be out of town, but I was like, no, I'll get back. It's Keith. I gotta get on.
All right.
Yeah, so
Thank you
he's a
so
great
much.
guy. Like I said, if he wasn't able to get on, we would set up another time and date for this guy right here. He's amazing. He's always been great. My father's been
Oh,
great to
yeah,
him.
he is
Been great to my
amazing.
father, and
Thank
he's great people. So there's no doubt about that for
Great
sure.
people, very, down to earth, very, he's an amazing songwriter, an amazing friend. He's very kind-hearted, fair. I wish I would have done business with him before I did business with other people,
Yeah.
coming back into the business.
Yeah.
No, it's been a blessing. Both, like she was mentioning, like we've known each other for many years and stuff, and her family has always been very humble and down to earth, and just I mean, deep inside, I've always loved la música mariachi, verdad, and stuff like that, and that was actually my first genre that I listened to growing up and stuff, and but Tejano, we started doing Tejano when I was very young here in San Antonio when I was 16, I think. And I mean, it took off. We did really good. We got to tour a lot, open up for a lot of big groups back in the 90s and stuff. And I did that for a while, So unfortunately, when things would present itself, with the mariachi, I was already kind of doing the Tejano genre and stuff. And then I went back to school and took some breaks and stuff like that. Pero, Diosito sabe when it's time to do stuff. And we've been blessed, and we've been blessed that we got to meet each other again. And we've been blessed to do the music that we're doing now, and we got some good songs coming up, man. And like that, we just came out of the studio this week on this new. It'll be my first cover song in golly, 15 years.
Wow.
Like
wow.
I've never.
Y ahora le voy a hacer como un lobo. ¿Verdad?
I've always just recorded songs that I've written, and this will be my first cover, but it has a meaning to it. It has a great meaning. Back in 2014, we were working on another CD for Daño, and I came out of the studio, and a really good friend, que en paz descanse, David Villarreal, he was a trumpet player for Los Caporales, and he got to record for Pepe Aguilar and a bunch of people in the trumpet, and amazing guy. And I was coming out of the studio, and he goes, "No me vas a cantar una canción para mi cumpleaños?" And I was like, and he kind of got me on the spot, because I know he's mariachi, and I was like, man, what song am I going to sing for him? I was like, haven't done mariachi in a while, And then out of the blue, Amor de los Dos came into my mind, and I told him, I said, ¿te gusta Amor de los Dos? Oh, sí, esa canción me gusta mucho. So right there, no practice. I hadn't sang mariachi in a long time, and I sang Amor de los Dos, and he loved it, and he goes like, dude, he goes, let's vamos a hacer un CD de mariachi. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it, man. I said, let me just finish with this, and I'm game, man. He was a great, arranger, composer, también, and everything, and great musician. He had a really good, Los Caporales and all that, so it was just an honor for him to ask. And then so ahí nos quedamos, and unfortunately, 2 years later, he passed away, and we never got to do it, So when I came back to the scene, that was one thing that I wanted to do, was in his remembrance, as record, songs in mariachi, in his memory, and with a lot of trumpet, and with a lot of trumpet and his sound and stuff, but also in his memory was to hopefully record Amor de los Dos. So that's the song that we're doing right now. We just finished in the studio, Amor de los Dos, and it's an amazing duet with Belen. Belen's amazing voice,
That's something that
And
me and
she,
Rene have in common. David, we have David in common because he was my mother's mariachi's very first trumpet player. So I also play trumpet in the mariachi, and he taught me a lot of the techniques, and we would sit there and practice a lot and stuff like that. I could never get as good as he plays, but at least I have more or less his tone.
yeah,
So this
I'll tell you
song.
this. And she kind of like hit it in the spot, like this song. Like, no, don't get me wrong, Belen has an amazing sound, an amazing tone, and stuff like that. And David, David,
Oh my God, David, I think is the best
was,
mariachi trumpet player here in town. Hands
and
down, he was the best.
en esta
Yeah.
canción, Amor de los Dos, man, Belen did an amazing job. She did the
Thank
first
you.
and the second trumpets, and then she did the guitarra, the vihuela, and of course the voice. So she se aventó, es una música, bien, talentosa, and it's been a blessing, working with her and stuff like that. So I'm like a little kid. I have this like little thing I want to
We're
share
like
with
little
everybody.
kids in a candy store because we're
Already
like,
done. I know.
okay, you play this and you play
but
that.
we have to.
And
we have
another
to
great
know
talent that we have, I don't know if you've heard of her, Eva Ibarra. She's the best female accordion player that around the world. She's won the Latin Grammy for being the best. She's a legend here in San Antonio. Eva Ibarra with the accordion, and so Evita, I
We've
call
been
her
very, very
Evita.
blessed con Eva.
Yes, with
She's
Eva.
la reina del acordeón.
Ella echa el acordeón y el guitarrón, see? And then I put the vihuela and the guitarra, and then the trumpets. So together we pretty much compose an entire mariachi.
Wow.
Yeah, so we
Good
just
stuff.
need the
She
violin
is-
parts, and then it's pretty much done.
And she's
A little bit
featured
of
in this song también, ¿verdad?
¿Mande?
She's featured in the video.
She'll be
Yes, on Tu Locura.
yes. She's featured in the video, and then she'll be another guest on the Amor de los Dos también. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and it's always an honor having such honestly, I'm gonna be honest, and Belen and I, we've always talked about it, and our style of mariachi is influencing the accordion, porque somos muy mexicanos y todo, ¿verdad? Pero también tenemos raíces tejanas, ¿verdad? So we try to add that accordion in our mariachi también, ¿verdad? And so es algo diferente, que se escucha, pero no se escucha mucho, ¿verdad? El acordeón en el mariachi, sí se escucha, pero mucho no. Pero es algo que sí queremos, add a lot into ours. And honestly, if we can add her in all our songs that we're going to be, I would be, it would be amazing, pero ahí vamos, song by song, a ver qué sentido va a tener cada canción, but I've loved what we're doing in the studio, and how it's turned out to be, and we got other songs in the works too, and other people that we have in mind that are going to be helping us también. So we got good things coming up, con mariachi tejana.
Yeah, I've heard that song Amor de los Dos, Tejano or Conjunto style. So has anybody done it mariachi? Not that I could recall, right?
It's been a while, and you know what? It's pretty.
We're shooting for that mariachi Tejano flair, is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be
A
interesting.
mariachi with a Tejano flair.
Yeah. And the last couple of events I've done that song, and it's one of those songs que tiene el mismo sentido de volver for us Tejanos. Us Tejanos, every time you play volver, we've had that reaction con Amor de los Dos when we sing it live, and it's also, it's been amazing, and it's very, porque somos, estamos en el Tejano, and it's scary when we get out there with mariachi, like, that's not, that's not Tejano, that's mariachi. But everybody, a lot of Tejano artists have done mariachi. Joe Lopez, Elida, Michael Salgado. It's our roots. It's a lot of our roots también. And it's our background. So but still, when you go out there, you're like, are these people going to tell us like, no, we want Tejano, but they've been very open arm with us, very, very super open arm with us, like especially in this last event, the Toys for Tots that we did with Vic. And I did songs, and they were saying otra, and I was like, wow, and then and I asked them, because I had a playlist, and I actually have some Tejano songs, and I asked them, I said, ¿Quieren una tejana? And they're like, no, mariachi. I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool, So it was really cool, it was really, what they said, Diosito te pone en los lugares, and he put me in a very good place. He gave us the timing también. So all you gotta do is go with what you love to sing, and then just go, and just give it. Right. The people know when you like to sing it,
Exactly. So you guys, like I spoke to Belen before the interview, Rene, you guys have already performed this song together live, yes. Correct?
Yes.
Tu Locura, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. And even Tu Locura, yes, yeah. Tu Locura, the first time that we performed it live, we performed it at this super event. It's called La Gala Mexicana, and it was at Stone Oak Parkway. Now, at first, when they invited us to sing this, eran puros mexicanos, nacional mexicanos, ¿verdad? And they were going to do a big deal for Septiembre 16 and everything. And the tickets were $100 a ticket. And at first, I was like, no va a haber nadie. I was like, there was nobody going to be there, right? But it was sold out. It was sold out, and I would say we had about 1,000 people in the audience. Toda gente mexicana nacional,
And also we were accompanied by mariachi, Los Caporales.
Los Caporales. Yeah, we were accompanied by Los Caporales, and man, it was the first time we practiced.
Yeah, we kind of faded out there. I said,
practiced, with Los Caporales, and we performed them, and so it was.
Yeah, we were so.
It was amazing, it was something. So.
Awesome. Good deal.
That was the first time that we sang that song.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing right there. So we do, like I said, we do have the video también that we're going to feature for everybody out there that's watching. Share the live, guys, if you're tuned into Tejano Time Podcast. There he is right there. Yes.
Míralo. Ay, ahora sí te ves. Ahora sí te vemos. I was going to say.
It's getting a little stuck there with the...
¿Por dónde estás, Conejo Blas?
Yeah, you get la casa. I'm trying to get some more light, and it keeps telling me to get closer to my router. So I was trying to see, but my earphones no estaba trabajando. Give me 1 second. I don't want to.
Sure. Okay. No problem. Let's gonna get to some of these comments that we got right here. They're coming in right now. Luis Garcia says, "Hello, Belen, Ruby."
Saludo, Luis Garcia. Thank you for logging in, brother.
También.
Saludo, Mr. Santos.
And we also got Gigi La Chicana Guerrero también. Also
hello, Miss Gigi. Love you.
Sabrina Hernandez también says hello.
Saludito, Sabrina Hernandez.
Yes, Gigi, once again, saludos, Keith, Belen, and Tony V también.
You can see my chicken
Yeah.
Mr. Gil from Shallow Water, DJ Gil out there. Saludos, Gil. Thank you for tuning into the show.
Saludos, DJ Gil. Thanks for logging.
Gigi también. Saludos, Grupo Daño. And
saludos.
Ernesto Lara Rodriguez también is tuned in as well. So saludos.
Lara Rodriguez, de buena madera. Saluditos.
Everybody that's watching the show right now, we're on Tejano Time Live. Everybody on Tejano TV también. Thank you for joining us on this this last show here of 2024. All right, my guest tonight, once again, Rene de la Cerda, Grupo Daño, Belen, Ruby, and my co-host up on top, Tony V. So we got more questions for you guys. Just basic questions to get. When this collaboration came together, whose idea was it to put this song together and actually put
me? I'm the one that kept saying, "Come on, we got to do a song together." Yeah. So finally, he finally got. I said, he's like, "Okay, let's do it." I'm like, "All right."
Awesome. Good deal. We want to share the video with everybody out there, and we got about maybe another 6 minutes or so, and then we'll share the video out there.
Okay.
So, what did you guys? What did you both learn? Anyone can answer this question. During this production, working together, what did you learn from each other? As artists, you guys have been doing this for
Go
some
ahead,
time.
Rene.
I learned
What did you learn from me that I can be so disorganized?
no, I've learned that we both traveled a long road to get in our journey to get to where we are.
Yes.
I also learned that we both gave up a lot of, not give up, but we being there for our family. Another great opportunity. And then still got still where we're at now. Like Belen, she was in Tengo Talento and all this stuff, and she could have been on the road with Mark and everything. And I had great opportunities with other groups, to be a vocalist and things like that, and go to record. Also, I have been given this producer in California have wanted me to go sing, así como, not necessarily banda, pero más norteño banda, I guess, en California también. He wanted me to go record a CD and everything. And I was like, I be close to my family. Be, my wife had stuff like that, so I wanted to be there for them and for my family. And we had struggles and we had tough decisions to make, pero pues otra vez, so she did the same thing so we're both very super family oriented, ella con su papá,
Yeah.
niños, so I learned that was something very special for me. I've always known that she's amazingly talented. There's a chiquilla, mariachi, diferentes instrumentos and everything, and she always had an amazing voice. Her voice was very amazing, and all that ya sabía, pero to know the journey that she's been through and the journey that I've been through to get where we're at now, it was a lot of similarities and stuff, and that's why when she asked, about like, hey, we should do something good together, and I'm like, yeah, and the first song actually was going to be a cover too. Actually, the first song we were going to do was going to be a cover, and Mi Terco, I was like, well, let me see if I can write something, and that's when I wrote Tu Locura. I wrote Tu Locura, and I showed it to her, and she goes, hell yeah, let's record Tu Locura, and so she gave me a great opportunity to do something, original, so. Pero como quiera, like I said, we wanted to do a Amor de los Dos. We're still doing it. Pero yeah, it's pretty cool knowing that from her también, what the journey she's been through and where we're at now.
All right, that's all.
What I've learned in a nutshell.
Go ahead.
I'll make it short and sweet. What I've learned in a nutshell about working with Rene is that I feel like I've really met my musical soul tribe with Rene, Javier, Veronica Lopez. Saluditos, Veronica. Saluditos, Javier. And all of them, since I started working with them, I've been feeling so blessed and so comfortable to where I can feel the mutual respect, the collaboration that we do when we talk about music and everything. Everything sinks in very nicely together, and we respect each other. We're not out to mess each other over, and we could tell we're humble people. Try to like just help each other out is what it is. It's a joint team effort, and we all help each other out, and I feel that's lovely. It's something that I feel blessed that I finally met my musical soul tribe with them. Yeah. And I foresee us, Lord willing, doing a lot of beautiful musical projects together.
Well, definitely looking forward to it as well.
Yes.
Some more future, music in the future. But right now, we want to send a big shout out, and then we're going to get to the video right here.
Okay.
But we want to send it out to Chronicle on the Beats. Saludos from McAllen, Texas. Great guy out there as well, man. Saludos.
Saluditos, McAllen.
Kiana Huerta as well is tuned in. Hello from Hurley, New
Hi,
Mexico.
Kiana.
Saludos.
Yes. Happy New Year, she says. Happy New Year to you, Kiana.
Happy New Year.
Saludos.
I'm telling y'all, you have to get your botella de tequila for this video that y'all are gonna remember your amores tóxicos pero sabrosos.
Azul, tequila, también a toda mi familia, Alejandro también, Hernández, all the people that are in watching. My family, Patricia de la Cerda, my daughter Carissa, and my gods, Harley, and my familia Valdez and Mendías that they're watching también. So, saludos a ellos, that they've always been a great support. My sister, Ojos Tejanos, and my sister Teresita.
Saluditos, Ojos Tejanos.
Yes.
Saluditos to all my familia también. My hijo Vicente. Everybody says because I'm a mariachi, hey, you named him Vicente because of Vicente Fernandez? No.
I know. That's my son's name también, Vicente. I have a son, Vicente, Ricardo, and Teresa. So saludos a ellos también.
All right, saluditos.
Tu Locuras. Tell me who wrote the song. Anybody want to throw that in there?
Mr. Rene de la Cerda.
Rene, nice. That's some awesome work, man.
Yes, awesome work.
Song.
He's such an awesome songwriter.
I got to write it, arrange it, I got to produce it también, engineer and master. And I mean, and I say produce it, but when you have people like Belen and Eva Ibarra y Javier in the studio, it's like, se hace el trabajo, it's hard for me, tener tanto talento ahí de mariachi por tantos años, and so I would just tell them, que quieren, they would go at it. So it made my job a lot easier. And it was scary for me because it was my first job that I did, composing, producing, mixing, mastering. Mixing, mastering I've done for many years, but composing and producing and arrangement, it was my first job that I've done all that. So it was a little scary, but I loved it, and same thing with Amor de los Dos. It was our second one that we did like that we got to do everything, ourselves. So it's scary, but you always love the, like, oh wow, we did that, and it's a we because we all did it, everybody had, everybody had their piece. So it's always hard whenever they say who was the producer. We were all producers, we were all producers, and so it was amazing.
It's so much fun, and we're like little kids in a candy store, like, oh, how would this sound? Oh, how would this sound? Yeah, something like, put these little violinas here, or it's fun. It's just fun.
All right. Well, and that's what happens when you have a great team behind you. You know what I mean? Like you said, who produced it? It doesn't produce itself, but with all the talented people you're surrounded by, it makes it a whole lot easier. It just falls right into place. You know what I mean? There's no ifs and buts or butting heads and stuff like that. You got a lot of people that know the music, that are very talented, so it makes it happen. It makes it a lot easier when you're there in the recording studio to get stuff done. Just like Rene said, it plays itself out.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're going to play the video for everybody out there that has not checked out the song yet or the video itself. Please drop your comments in the box and let us know what you think as well. Right now, this is Rene de la Cerda featuring Belen, Ruby right here, Tu Locura. Check it out right
Para
now.
todos los amores tóxicos y sabrosos. ¡Vámonos!
Extraño mucho tu locura y tu forma tóxica de amarme. Me enloqueces con tu dulce veneno, tu amor ajeno mordiendo mis labios.
Ay, extraño cómo me amarrabas con tus brazos y cómo completamente tuyo.
Tu locura me hace falta,
como el licor a la cantina. Cuando me pierdo en sufrimiento, recordando malos tiempos, tu locura es mi tequila, tu locura es mi delirio. Cada golpe de cada latido, no me tortures con tu ausencia, que tu ausencia me condena, tu locura me hace falta. Ay, 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 amor tóxico, pero así te quiero, papacito. Me hace falta, como el licor a la cantina. Cuando me pierdo en sufrimiento, recordando malos tiempos, tu locura es mi tequila, tu locura es mi delirio. Cada golpe de cada latido, no me tortures con tu ausencia, que tu ausencia me condena, tu locura me hace falta, tu locura me hace falta.
Have it, guys, right there. That is it. That is the song that's out right now, and it's available on all digital platforms, guys. Tu Locura. And, again, that's Belen, Ruby, and Rene de la Cerda featuring Belen, okay? And it's a mariachi song. Of course, they are in the works. You guys are in talks to make another song. There's another song that you guys have already done, right? You just have not released it yet. Is that my understanding?
That's right. It's in the works, right? It's in the oven right now. Yeah,
That was a very nice song. I could see where you said get out the bottles.
The bottles, right? I think we just she just there she goes. Oh, she's a little freezing up there, but go ahead, Belen. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Please share it. Está bien bonita la canción, and get in touch with us if y'all here in San Antonio. También we do house parties, pool parties, gang parties. No se crean. But yeah, tenemos mariachi en vivo también. Call us for special events.
We have several events coming up, a couple of awards that we got invited to sing in, a couple of presentations that we got invited to sing in también. And so we're excited for those. But like I said, we just finished. I just mixed and mastered the song yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I sent it to three. I always send it to three people that I like to get their their input and stuff, and all three of them gave me the thumbs up. So it's ready now. It's just, of course, it's a cover, so it takes a little bit more steps, on a cover, because you gotta, all the legal copyrights and everything. Got to make sure everything's done correctly and stuff like that. So we got to make sure we do all that before we release it. My goal was to give it to all the radio stations January 1st, so you can get out there on New Year's Day and stuff like that. But who knows? It might be pretty close to January. Of course, we always release it to the radio stations first, and then we release it to the digital platforms. So that you guys are gonna have it a lot sooner than all the digital platforms and stuff. But it's I couldn't have asked for anything more. Singing with Belen and singing a song dedicated for our friend David Villarreal. And
the feeling is mutual. The feeling is mutual. Rene, thank you so much. I feel blessed and honored to be in this project with you. Y no, hombre, le vamos a echar tantas ganas y, ¿verdad?
Y ya tenemos dos, and then we have several others on the in the plans to also record on the CD. We probably do an EP, probably 6 or 7 songs, todas mariachi, and then sacarlos and take it out like that. So también tengo la otra canción that I did before that, No Hay Razón, so we might put that one on there también, on the EP. But yeah, like I said, it's been blessed. It's been good,
And Rene is no stranger to when he it's just wants to go out and try something new or something different. You know what I mean? So he's all about it. You know what I mean? He just did some great work as well recently on his last production for Grupo Daño. He did it a little bit more like a norteño type of norteño light, I would say, or something. And he's done it all. You know what I mean? So he's not one of those that are afraid to try. We just lost Belen, but she'll be jumping back on here, so just hang tight. No stranger to that. It's again with mariachi, 6 songs. Or an EP in the future. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Just once again, felicidades, Rene, on all the things that you have right in front of you that you're ready to tack on for 2025 también. I know there's a lot of great things in store for you guys, as always working hard to bring the music to the public, to the people out there, and change is good. Not that you're changing for good. You gotta go and put some variety into your music, which is outstanding.
And another thing that we've actually thought about and thinking about is I've already released, I want to say this will be the 8th song, and including the norteño light that we had. And another thing is, honestly, we're thinking about just putting them all on one CD. Just put them all out there and just put another Cerda, featuring Belen and the artists and stuff like that, and then just bringing them all out. Unfortunately, the Suspiración, project, it kind of took a halt, stuff like that. Panchito's working with his rodeo stuff, which is coming out amazing. I'm actually a writer on some of the rodeo stuff that he's working on, the rodeo return thing, and so been blessed with that and stuff. So like I said, tengo como 8 canciones, with these mariachi, that'll be like the 10, 11 songs. So we might just put them all together on one album and just release it, and so that's another idea, that we have. As people have been asking, like, hey, when is the CD going to come out? When is the CD going to come out? I actually have like 10 songs that we've released already, if you count the norteño light with the mariachi and everything. So that's another idea, así para que la gente tenga un CD,
Yeah, exactly. Something, to take with them, to have, with a variety of music on there también. So that's a good thing. So we'll look out for that, in the upcoming year. The new single también, like you said, somewhere around January 1st, around that era, you never know. So just to be paying attention to that, look him up on his social media pages to find out when the CD, or actually the song itself, is going to drop. Again, it'll be on digital platforms right after radio. They'll have a certain date where it's going to be on digital platforms. I believe the other one right now, currently, your song that you have out right now with Belen is available, right? That's right here. It's on all digital platforms as we speak.
Yeah, it's all digital platforms: Amazon, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, everything. And of course a lot of the radio stations, including you guys, that's been doing very well. So I thank you guys. The people that come in, that call in and request and stuff like that. Muchísimas gracias. Una canción, escrita para ese amor que, nos separamos, pero todavía tienen el fuego, ¿verdad? Ese cariño, el amor que teníamos, pero, los encontramos otra vez and stuff like that. So it's just a really, spicy, I call it the telenovela mariachi, la canción. Yeah. But people have loved it, have liked it, and it's done very well for us. And opens, each song has opened more doors. Every song we do opens another door. So we've been blessed and stuff. And thanks to you guys, you guys play it and spin it and stuff like that. I appreciate it so much. Keith, man, you and your dad have always been amazing. And your brother, I've always been a great supporter and stuff like that. So thank you. I appreciate you guys and to spinning what I record. Porque I estaciones que dicen, no, that's not Tejano or whatever. So, but you guys have always given it the opportunity, and then given the people the opportunity to like it and request it and stuff like that. So, thank you guys for that.
For sure. That's what we're here for. También my buddy up there, West Texas, TejanoExplosion.com, Mr. Tony V. It takes care of that area out there. También.
Tony, thank you.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. It's a beautiful song. I'm gonna make sure that it is on our rotation. There's just so much music out there, but there's nothing like when you just on these podcasts you actually get to hear the song and it means something different than just downloading it, hearing a little bit, see if it's, good quality, whatever, load it up to your rotation and go. And, that's one thing that I've taken from this podcast since Keith let me join is, man, hearing the whole song, there's a whole different meaning to it. And this is just another one of many that I need to make sure it's on there because we play it all. We play mariachi, tejano, conjunto, norteño. We play a little bit of everything. So this is definitely one I need to make sure that it's on there.
Awesome. Good deal. Yeah, I think he kind of froze as well. Yeah. So hopefully we're gonna. He's there, but he's just a signal. But we'll get him back on here in just a few minutes. So as soon as he pops in on the bottom, I know Belen. We lost her. Hopefully she can log back in. But I want to send some shout outs to some people that are watching over on our channel. Anaí Lucero, which we just had her on the show recently también. Out of Las Vegas, but she's actually from Rio Verde, San Luis Potosí. So yes, her family is from there originally. Jay Sterling is watching the show as well. Saludos from West Texas, he says. Manuel Anthony Gutierrez también is watching. Thank you, Manuel. Luis Garcia. Of course, Kiana Huerta was watching. Chronicle on the Beats. Ernesto Lara. Let's see, we got Mr. Gill on there as well. We got Joe Guerra as well watching, and that's over on our channel on Tejano Time podcast. So we appreciate you guys that are watching the show there también. Laura Rodriguez también, who's tuned in as well. Thank you so much for watching here on Tejano Time. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. We just lost him as well down on the bottom, so we can't get them back on. Again, guys, the song right there that you just heard, the video that you just heard was Rene de la Cerda, Grupo Daño featuring Belen Ruby, okay, right there, Tu Locura, and that's out. It's available on all digital platforms. You can also request it on your favorite local radio station. You can also request it on your internet radio stations and whatnot, or all digital platforms también. There he is right there.
Thank you. I got back on. Yeah, it was a little glitch on the thing. But no, like you were saying, Tony, thank you for giving it the opportunity. Like I always tell a lot of artists, like we release songs that sometimes we expected, like, no, start playing it now. And it's like a good example is like Nunca Lo Sabrás. It's like Nunca Lo Sabrás. I released it last year around March, and till now it's on the top 20 of the KLMO. It took like a whole year for people to kind of get into people's hands, get into people's ears and stuff like that. So you got to be patient. A veces se toma un poquito más tiempo, and which is fine. You release the songs, and cuando la gente la quiera, when they're ready for it, they're ready for it, and when they play it, they play it. So I'm always patient with songs and stuff like that. Our job is just to keep releasing. Yeah. So but thank you guys. Thank you for spinning it, and thank you, Tony, for putting it now on rotation. I appreciate that a lot.
Oh yeah, and another thing I'll share with you is on our station, Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, we play nothing but new artists, new music.
Oh, thank you.
Somebody the other day called me out. I said, you got to understand, there's over 300 songs, so you may not hear it between 1 and 4 o'clock,
Oh, yeah.
But it's in there. And it's also in regular rotation, but we try to, the events that we throw up in San Antonio with Keith and them is nothing but new artists too. So why not promote them también on our station? So,
So thank you.
Amazing.
I might change things up a little bit this year to try to, okay, that's a good song, and maybe do a top 20 or top 30 or something instead of putting them all on rotation. But I try to give everybody some love and support,
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. There's no doubt about it. Like you said, there's over 300 songs, but after sitting and taking the time to listen to all the 300, you're probably going to chop that in half to about maybe 150, 120 at the max. Because I know I would, you know what I mean? Because there's some good stuff out there. There's a lot of great stuff out there, but there's a lot of bad stuff too on top of that. You know what I mean? You just can't
and
play
that's what I'm
anything.
going to be working on with tomorrow. Like you said, it's time to chop them down because, 2025, I know there's going to be some really good stuff coming out.
That's definitely right. Oh yeah, there's a lot of great stuff out there as well. So, Rene, what do you hope that the listeners take from this new song, or the song that you currently have out right now with Ruby? Take away from that song, when I say listen to it,
I want to listen to it, and las palabras de la canción es algo que, como nowadays, this new generation, and people are like, here we go. Pero this new generation, como of love, es que no tienen la paciencia that us OGs had. con el amor, like now because they got Tinder and all these dating apps, it's like you can say one thing wrong, y ya se acaba el amor, like next page, and us OG, it's like a marriage is a struggle, it's a everyday battle, and that's how you know when you really love somebody, because you keep fighting for that love to stick together, to stay together. And like me and my wife, we've been together for 26 years, going on 27, so it's always a battle, and that's tu locura is like, and a lot of those relationships, they end porque alguien está en la oreja, like a friend, like, oh, I said he's not good for you, or she's not good for you, or whatever. Y le hacen caso, and then they se deshacen, right? For something minute, y luego, and then I están sufriendo because maybe that was their soulmate. It was just that they were having some indifference, and that's tu locura. It's like they got separated, and then out of the blue se encuentran otra vez, and están just telling each other like how much they really, what they missed about each other. They're saying like how you held me, how you kissed me, how you caressed me, how you loved me, and that's what they're telling each other. It's like, so what I want people to get out of it is like, don't be too fast to turn down or to give away somebody because somebody told you to do it. It has to be up to you. Now, of course, if it's something bad, como like, really, really bad, como, fighting or like, putting their hands on each other or whatever, that's something different, of course. I don't tolerate that myself, Pero if it's something wrong or wasn't said to their, what they like and stuff like that, you gotta sometimes, weed out that stuff and weed out what the people say, and then feel what you feel inside, and then you decide for yourself if it's something that you really want to keep working on. You know what I mean? And so that's what that song is about. Es un amor que perdido que se reencontró otra vez, and but I also want people to see that that there's so many, like you said earlier, there's so many subcategories of Tejano, and just let people create. I always say that to everybody because there's so many, like you mentioned earlier, there's 300 songs that I guarantee you now in this genre, those 300 songs probably don't sound anything alike, and because they're so different, and but there's a lot of people out there that are saying like, oh, that's not Tejano, that's not Tejano, that's not Tejano, that artist is not Tejano. Like I'm still a little bitter whenever people say Frontera's not Tejano, because I'm like, we don't have the luxury as a Tejano genre to say Frontera's not Tejano, because we need a Frontera in our genre to make us rise up to where we should. You know what I mean? And we do need those types of people in our genre, and maybe we will once again be like the heyday, but we can't be in the heyday if we keep cutting trees that are barely starting to grow. You know what I mean? So it's so that's what I want people to get out of this song is like, there's so many types of way that we can express ourselves. This is just one of the ways that I express myself, is through mariachi or different styles of music, and we need to let all the youngins express themselves in that way too. Let them express themselves. Let them show you what their musical background is, and show you and present that to you, and it might be great, So that's kind of what I want them to get out of this Tu Locura, and this stuff that we're releasing,
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely. We're open to anything. There's no doubt about that. As they're going back to the 300 songs, I wanted to clarify that too. Going back to the 300 songs, and we take a listen to it and we cut it in half. We're not saying that it's because it's mariachi. We're not saying it because it's it sounds too norteño or something. No, that's not the issue. We'll play that. That's no problem. It's bad production. Period. You know what I mean? If it sounds like we're not going to play it. You know what I mean?
And that was my bottom line that I was going to say is, don't cut corners. Don't cut corners.
Exactly. Take your time.
You got to make sure. Like, I'm very blessed to have the people that I'm surrounded by when I do a production. In the same room, I've had Panchito Villarreal that has produced for Emilio, has produced for Esmeralda, has produced for Rodeo, that has produced for all that. I have Javier Villarreal that has produced for all these people. I have Henry Gomez on my phone when I'm producing mariachi, that he's produced for Elida, Michael Salgado. He's recorded all those mariachi CDs, all those mariachi songs. So it's an investment. I spend money when I record, and that's why I'm fortunate that I have a career and I'm able to spend that money on my productions, and sometimes people don't, but don't cut those corners, don't cut those corners, because like you said, DJs are going to do that. They're going to listen to it and they're going to be like, this is not a good production. It's not going to sound good after this song, and or a good after any song, and they're just not going to play it. You can't cut corners on your production. Now if you've done it and if you've gotten good at your art and mixing and mastering and producing, well, yeah, do it. But if you're just for the first time, you're going to try to produce and mix and master and do all that stuff, well, then it's not going to get airplay. And you might have a really good hit. You might have a really good song written or you wrote and really good people, but your production didn't give it the same amount. And that's why it's not going to get played. So, but believe me, I'm the same way. There's some stuff that gets sent to me to mix and master. And I'm like, you need to re-record that before I mix and master that, and like sometimes they expect you to do be a magician when you mix and master, and it's out of time or wrong chords, and I'm like, you can't fix wrong chords on a machine. I'm like, I can probably plug and clip and all that stuff, but it's gonna cost you a lot more, but you gotta take your time, gotta record it right, you gotta take your time recording, and
it's interesting that, like you said, going back to production real quick and stuff. I think it was me and Keith that were talking about it last week, or it might have been my other partner. We both, if it was Keith, we both had a song that really nice song. We're not going to say any names, and then it just cuts off right in the middle, and so I go back through it, download it again, and that's the way they sent it to us. So you're like, whoa, and everybody's in a hurry, and and it's hard. Like I think me and Keith said, it's hard to listen to every song. And then it sounds real good, and then you're enjoying the song, and then it just cuts off. So you're thinking, is it my station? Did something go wrong? You go download it again, and you find out that it's only a minute and a half long.
I'm gonna tell people, like even me, like even there's sometimes that I feel like I've rushed, and I take my time to register it, to do the ¿cómo se llama? The papers that I send you guys and everything with the promotion papers and all that stuff and all that. And Rosie gets on me about me like trying to rush stuff. Like she'll get on me and stuff like that. But I always tell people, like, if you really want to release something the right way, and I think that's where we hurt as Tejanos, is that we rush to try to get it out to the radio station. And honestly, like every song that we release, every song that we release should have a video for it, and should have the song for it, and should have the ¿cómo se llama? The ISRC codes and all that stuff, and sent out the right way, every song, But I always say, like, if every song would have a video and your song, it would get so many more airplay and so much more attention to people. And but we just we're like, no, I gotta release it now. I have to release it now, and then they release it, and then they forget about it, and then they start working on another one, and then they start complaining, like, well, why aren't they playing this song? Well, because you didn't promote it enough. You gotta promote the song. You gotta promote. I would say each release, promote it for like 3 or 4 months. While you're recording something else, and then release another song. And then release. So this way you can release it with the video and things like that. But I mean, to each their own and stuff like that. It's that I suggest. I've noticed myself, when I release a song without a video versus when I release a song with the video, it makes totally, difference. It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference in the people that get, pay attention to the song and everything, and they're like, oh, okay, that's what he meant by the lyrics. That's what he meant by the song, And so it kind of tells the movie to the song, But I know it's expensive, believe me, I know it's expensive. It comes out of my pocket every time, so I know it's expensive to do all that, But
and it's like we said, taking your time, because you're going back to the song and a video. The other day I was checking out a video, and I know the song very well, but the video had nothing to do with the song. So I'm like, these guys just rushed it. Because it didn't match the song. There was
recorded it with an
checking it out, and they're like, the video's okay, but
there's been a lot of that lately.
It has nothing to do with the song that they're singing to. So that, like you said, take your time, do it right.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised, like there's very good videographers that we have in La Onda that are super reasonable and super great. Like I use Ryan Bazan. Ryan Bazan's is amazing
dude.
Amazing videographer, and he's super, super, super reasonable. Like if you would just contact Ryan Bazan, and he's the one that did Tu Locura, he's the one that did No Hay Razón para Llorar, and man, he for his quality of work and for what he does and for what he knows and how he, and how he works, he is super, super reasonable. Amazing videographer, for the price that he gives, and but some people don't want to pay anything. I hear people that, hey, can you just bring your iPhone and record us while you're playing? I was like, nah, dude, you got to do it better than that. As granted, we have a lot of tools now on Apple that we can do decent videos, but nothing that would, that should be, released and produced and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, we got many producers también that are Javier Villarreal, Panchito Villarreal, Holler, Espinosa, Eddie Perez, Mike Hernandez. All those, they're super, super reasonable producers that are amazing producers at a reasonable price. Tejano genre, So don't think that you have to do it on your own too. There's amazing producers out there that are very reasonable, that do an amazing job, and that's you have to, Eddie Perez, he's a governor for the Latin Grammys, and he's producing at a really reasonable price, So it's that you got people like him,
Yeah, very, very talented. All the names that you mentioned right there are some great people with some great talent as well, all the way around the board right there. So yeah, man. Again, like you said, they're out there. Just reach out. Look them up. A lot of. I mean, you don't really have to know the guys personally, but they're out there. Reach out to anybody in the industry, and they'll tell you how to get a hold of them. Simple as that. Just look them up. Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. It's always great talking to you, Rene. Always great talking to you here in the show, man. You're always welcome back anytime. Belen, we lost her. I'm not sure what happened. I think she might have ran out of minutes or something. Phone card. Yeah, ran out. So, but un saludo. Thank you so much, también, Belen, for being on the show tonight.
Yeah,
as well.
it was nice getting to know you también.
Thank
talking
you.
to you. Yes,
thank
sir.
you. Likewise, Tony. Likewise. No, it's Belen, has been amazing, and it's always amazing to have a partner that's has a hunger that you have, for music and stuff like that. So working with her has been, a blessing. And then and she's the one that's always telling me like, hey, these people want to do an interview and stuff like that. And when she had told me about Keith, I was like, hell yeah! She was like, yeah,
yeah, appreciate that.
And I had told her, I said, man, the only thing is I'm out of town, but if I get back in town, definitely I'll be on and stuff like that. And but it worked out. It all worked out. And I got to meet Tony, from West Texas and stuff like that. That's one thing I haven't, the last time I performed in West Texas, Tony, it was probably in 2014, 2015. It was in Pecos, and it was in Pecos, Texas. And then and I also got to perform over there by the, what's the other place where the college is at? Ross University. What's that place? It's over there by the Marfalites, where the mountains are and stuff like that. Like Fort Stockton, but to the left. Like if you go I-10, you go to the left for Stockton, and then you go further down, and it's over there by the Marfalites over there. So we used to perform over there quite a bit, like in that area, but we never got to perform like Midland, Odessa, Lubbock, and stuff like that. I was more always performing in Dallas, Corpus, Houston, San Antonio, stuff like that. But I've always wanted to go.
I'm in Lubbock.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I have to perform out there. I need to go up there, man. I need to go up there.
Yes, sir. It'd be awesome to have you down here and something different,
Oh yes, most definitely.
Yep, for sure. But, once again, any last words, Rene?
Yes, I want to say thank you to everybody that hopped on. Thank you for everybody. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for continuing, to listen to Daño. I've taken some breaks, for school, for my career, and then also for my wife, when she got ill and stuff like that, and my family, of course. So every time I come back, I'm always like, they're going to forget Daño. And they always, they always have welcomed me with open arms. And so gracias a ustedes, all the people that have listened, all the super fans that I have, they're like familia. I don't even call them fans, they're familia. So thank you so much, for all the people that support, all the radio stations, the digital stations, you guys, all the ones that honestly open up the first doors, for me. So gracias a ustedes, you guys opened the door, and then the FM station started opening up. So, if it wasn't for you guys, I would have never really been heard, with my original music. So thank you guys a lot, especially your dad. Your dad's always been amazing. Gracias Santos, if he's listening in, thank you for all the support that you've always given me. So, toda la familia, there's been a really good support. Thank you so much. I got more music coming up. I do have people always like, are you not going to record Tejano no more? I do have some Tejano songs coming up too. Cumbia, as a matter of fact. And then I have that mariachi with Belen and some other songs that are in the works and stuff. So thank you. And please, keep supporting it, keep sharing, keep liking. And thank you for everything.
And you're anytime, my brother, anytime for sure. And they can look you up on Facebook también to follow you and keep up with all that whenever music drops and whatnot. So you're under Rene de la Cerda y Grupo Daño.
Yes, I have Grupo Daño, and then also have Grupo Daño, and then on TikTok I think it's Rene de la Cerda, and then on I always forget the X one, or whether it used to be Twitter. That's the
X.
También Rene de la Cerda on there. So I have all those different platforms. And YouTube, también I have a YouTube page. So if you ever want to get on there, it's also under Rene de la Cerda. I always put all the musics. I think I actually have a little playlist that I have all the songs that I've written, not only for myself, but for different artists. I've written for like songs that Shelly Lauders has sang, Ernestine Romero, Tanya Griego, Art Tijerina. So I have a lot of those también that I put on there, to show the songs that I have written.
Right. Amazing. That's some good stuff right there. So follow this guy, and keep up with all the latest as well. Another production coming out very, very soon with Belen. So a big thank you and a big shout out to Belen también for being on the show. We wish you continued success, my friend. Thank you so much. Some connection issues, but no worries. We got you. And, también Tony, again, if I don't see you guys, I'm probably not going to see you before the end of the year, which is only in a couple of days. We want to wish you guys a happy new year, happy 2025. Be safe at whatever you guys do out there. It's, I guess kind of crazy out there. So we like to stay in. We don't like to do anything in our area. So here you can't walk outside with a bullet not dropping, you know what I mean? So it's dangerous. So why you want to just stay in, you know what I mean? It's just, wait for the next day to come, Be blessed.
I hear you. Well, you got a New Year's and ustedes con su familia. Once again, awesome to finally get to meet you, Tony. Thank you for everything. For La Onda Tejana, and especially for what you're doing for the new artists and the new music. Thank you for everything you've done. So, bendiciones a todos. God bless you guys and your families and everything, and that y'all have a blessed year and an amazing 2020-25. And I hope to see you guys at the fanfare. For sure.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, igualmente. Look forward to meeting you. Like you said, hopefully in fanfare. We're not going to do anything this year, so we get the week off, so we'll probably be out at fanfare checking it out.
Yeah.
Felicidades, happy New Year to everybody también, and you guys be safe.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, no problem. Thank you guys. Hang tight.